Not gonna multi-stream because I don't want to fuck something.
Fuck me.
Yes, please. Okay. That's that. Let me tweet that we are live. Hello? Dude, I swear to God, I think everything's breaking on my fucking computer today.
What the fuck, Kayla?
What did Kayla say?
Damn.
What did she say, bro?
You just got shit on.
Oh, I did. Well, actually, she almost got shit on. What's good, chat? What's good, everybody?
God. Chat, what is going on? How are we doing on this wonderful Monday
All right.
evening, night, morning,
Live. Let me read
midday, wherever the fuck you are?
Chat, how are we doing?
It was really rude.
This shit. Let me retweet this shit, chat. What's good, everybody? What's good? It was really rude.
Nah, that's comedy. That's actually comedy.
Chat, go retweet the tweet, por favor. Let's get as many people in here as we can.
Yeah, chat. Yeah, go retweet the tweet, chat.
Isaac, Mario,
What's
Garrett,
good, everybody?
Anthony, Kevin. Right, that's Exotic's name, Kevin?
Yup, that's the GOAT, Kevin.
If I say anyone's name wrong, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to remember names.
Breaking point. I have that pulled up. I have this pulled up. Pick'ems are open. I'm logged into the website.
That's diabolical, Kayla. That is actually diabolical.
Listen,
Even
bro.
Close the door.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me put the tags on this stream.
Good night, Kayla.
Good night, Kayla. Dude, this is the most annoying thing about YouTube, bro. They have so many like different little shit you gotta set up before you can actually fucking...
There's Shotzi's second ring and Shotzi's right nut.
What's good, Shotzi's right nut?
Where's
his left one at? What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? What's good? Chat, how we doing, man? How we doing? We got a fun show.
Gabby.
We're gonna do a tier list today. We're gonna talk about the matches, obviously. We're gonna do predictions for the next matches this coming weekend. We got some fun things, man. We got some fun things. Just making sure I have everything pulled up before we actually start officially. Dude, I want to make a new intro. I think I'm going to make a new intro.
No.
I'm gonna mess around with it. I mean, we could pay someone to actually like make a real intro, but
yeah, chat. Who can make us an intro?
We're fucking broke. Maybe
I'll give you,
you know
$35.
35 bucks. Oh man. All right, I think I have everything pulled up.
Let's get this shit done. Let's get this bread, chat.
Let's get this bread, chat. All right, chat. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. We're gonna have some fun things. We're obviously gonna yap with you guys. So if you got questions, takes, things you want to hear us talk about, save it towards the back end of the episode, and we normally ask you all for a topic. So brainstorm some ideas if you don't got nothing yet, man. You know what I'm saying? Brainstorm some ideas. But yeah, we also have a cool announcement, obviously. I mean, you can kind of see it on the screen already, but we're going to address it more officially in the actual episode. So it's in there. But shout out 1v1 me, man. That's all I'm going to say for now. But yeah, let's get it, man. You guys ready?
Yeah, do it. Shit.
Okay, I'm going to roll the intro in 3, 2, and 1. What's good, Call of Duty fans, and welcome back to Big episode 50 of Around the CDL, presented by 1v1me, our first ever partner sponsor of the show, but we're going to talk a little bit more about them later. As always, Alex Preston with me. We had our first weekend of Major 3 qualifiers this past weekend, boys, so how's the week go? I guess the week just started, so how was your weekend, and how did you think of the matches?
Great, man. The matches were good. I was pleasantly surprised with some of the matches. Even like some of the more boring matches that I wasn't looking forward to ended up being pretty solid. So, pretty cool week of COD. And I'm happy to be here as always to talk about this upcoming week.
Yeah, no. I mean, I said it, I think, the last show before the one we did last Monday, that I was excited for matches to come back.
Mm-hmm.
New split, new team for Optic. They're looking good right now. New team for a lot of people, honestly. So, yeah, really good matches. Honestly, I don't think I've been this excited for matches in a while. Probably since last year, to be honest, since last year at Champs. But nonetheless, a great weekend. A shout out to 1v1. Those are my guns.
Yeah, shout out to 1v1 me. Like I said, we're going to talk about them in a little bit. So just responding to something. But yeah, today we're going to be, we're obviously going to start talking about the new rosters and how we saw teams perform, which we're going to do here in a second. We're also going to be doing a tier list. I figured we haven't done a tier list in a minute. So it's like a little bit, about halfway through the season. It'd be kind of cool to re-rank the teams, especially after Roster Mania period. Maybe give a little bit of our early takes as to where we think some of these teams could sort of play out at Major 3, Major 4, and Champs. But let's honestly just hop straight into it with talking a bit about the matches from this past weekend. Let me switch the camera over here like that. Bang. And let me zoom in a little bit. Any match in particular you guys want to talk about, or any team in particular you guys want to talk about first?
Holy fuck. Preston's camera is wicked right now.
What happened?
You're very vibrant. Your camera's very vibrant right now. Like you look you look like you turned your saturation up.
Wait. Oh, I updated it. Did something tweak? Hold on.
I think it did. You're the wall behind you looks like the ocean, bro. It's so blue. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's just definitely a bit.
Turn on your lights,
Saturation
maybe?
looks up.
Hold on. Let me one sec.
He's fucking the overlay up now, chat. Look at him.
Oh no, chat. Oh no.
Oh man, he should have figured this out before the show, man.
I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it fucking changed. I just had to update my.
No,
camera.
you're good. You're good.
You're good. I just realized it as soon as it switched. I said, "Holy fuck!"
What a part timer, chat. Doesn't even
wait.
test his camera before the show starts, man.
Okay, wait. Are we back? Okay.
There you
There
go.
we go.
There you go.
Okay.
Now you're looking. You're pale and handsome again.
Thank you. We're back, Chad. We're back.
Let's go. All right, I'll take the lead here. Let's start and talk about the brand new Vegas Falcons roster. Right, I think the new rosters are really the key ones to talk about because, like, we know FaZe, Surge, Thieves, Ultra, all these teams are, we know who they are, what they can do. But brand new Vegas Falcons roster plays twice this weekend. Unfortunately, loses them both. But they did win their first ever hardpoint as a franchise. Two of them actually in the same series, going Game 5 and losing to the Miami Heretics. But this team, did they move you guys at all from what you saw this weekend, or do you feel like these guys are still going to be last place? Like, are they still ass?
I'll let Preston go last since they're Caesar.
Caesar, pretty hard.
Caesar.
Dude.
I will say first match against Vancouver. To be honest, I didn't expect anything from them. I kind of knew they were going to get their shit dogged. I don't know how much time they had to practice. Plus, Vancouver's like a top 3 team right now. So, genuinely, Vancouver was just fucking messing with them. Like, they're really just playing with them the entire time. They did not take this shit seriously at all.
It was disrespectful.
Yeah. I mean, it was damn near a 100-point club, 6-2 in the Surge, 3-0 in the Control. It was just not close at all. XNIT still looks like the best. I mean, a lot of people were saying this, and I don't know who started it, but it's crazy that XNIT is the best player on his team, and there's 3 world champions on his team right now. So, but I will say they looked a lot better in HP the second time around when they played Miami.
Yeah.
But you just can't get Neslo'd like that. Like, you got to win something. Like, I feel like they put all their attention into the hard point and just kind of left.
I think it's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. We thought if Falcons ever got a win, it'd be through a Neslo, and then they win hard points and they get Neslo'd. I think that's just. I mean, obviously, it's a totally different roster than what we originally said, but I think that's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that second series against Miami, it was pretty decent. I like to be honest, they should have gone up 2-0 if they didn't choke that dealership search. Because that 2-piece by XNID in Garage on I don't know who But I feel like if that was on land, I feel like they win that just based off like energy from the crowd and from everybody else. But you just can't let that happen. You can't go round 11 and then get what 1v2'd by Super or something like that. 1v3, whatever it
They
was.
got 1v2, yeah.
So love that they look a lot better. Skyland and Hasi. Alec played a lot better as well in that first HP. I think he had the most kills.
He was
Slam
30 map one.
He was like 30, whatever. I don't know how many he had.
36 and 23.
Yeah. So again, we know these players can put it together, but we just need to see a little bit more. Like this could have easily gone Vegas Falcons 3-1. They win that dealership, probably lose the control, win that Hasi hard point. This could have easily been a 3-1 Falcons, but again, I feel like they may have focused a little too much on their HP, and kind of lacked on their other ones. But now, like I said, they didn't really wow me. I didn't expect much from them, but I love that they're finally putting up a fight. Starting with that second series, and again, I'm going to give this team the benefit of the doubt. I don't know how much practice they had, so hopefully with practice they'll be able to get more reps. They'll be able to start getting really comfortable on the map. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my take.
I'm a little concerned, I'm not gonna lie. No, there's pros and there's cons, right? Pros is obviously they won not one but 2 hard points. And they looked pretty solid in both of them, for the most part. The cons are that their control is significantly worse. And they haven't really shown me anything in S&D that makes me feel comfortable that they're close enough to win a series yet. They don't have to be good at control, but that would require them to continue improving in hardpoint, so that's a necessity. And they have to at least split S&Ds in a series. They have to at least split S&Ds. They cannot lose both. Obviously, if you lose both S&Ds, you lose the series. But like you literally have to. You got to be going 50-50 if you want a chance to win this series. Because if you're going to have a terrible S&D, you got to win 3 respawns. And I don't know if they have what it takes to win 3 respawns in a series. Like that takes a lot of teamwork, a lot of grit, and I don't think that's there, at least yet. But I would be a fool to not say that is a massive improvement from what we've seen. Genuinely, they do look better. Do they look good enough to compete yet? Not quite, but they do look better than what we have seen for the first 2 majors, for sure.
Yeah, obviously, they're not nearly as practiced as some other teams. Like, I mean, they played Surge in Miami, right? So 2 teams that, I mean, I guess they brought Super in for lucky, but 2 teams that haven't really made a whole bunch of changes and compared to what they did. So giving them that benefit of the doubt, I will say they got absolutely worked by a Vancouver Surge team who's easily top 4, and they get Nesloed by Miami Heretics team who's bottom 3, maybe, right? Like bottom 3, bottom 4. So also shout out to Lion Man in the chat. He said cool website there. Shout out Lion Man, shout out Breaking Point. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's like if they can't beat Miami, right? Like I said, they're under practice, so like give them some time. But if they're not gonna be able to beat Miami, the only other team they might be able to beat is LAG. And if the LAG is the only team you can beat, man, you're still bottom 2. It does not really matter. So this team, we said it already. The ARs were going to probably be a problem and be a bit underwhelming, and that's exactly what it has been. Pred's definitely not been as good as I think we would have hoped. And Exnid's still kind of being Exnid, but this team's, I don't see them beating any team outside of the bottom teams that are down there with them. Like, I just don't see him taking a mid-pack team down. I just don't see him taking a top team down at all. Unless they continue to get more reps in, and in a couple weeks we could talk about that differently. But for now, it's just like control is ass. They didn't win a round. SND, their average is like 3 rounds a map, 2 rounds a map. And then their HPs, they beat Miami Heretics, who are kind of mid. So at least they look better. I mean, at least they look better, right? You know what I'm saying? They couldn't look worse. They were already dead last. The question is, are they going to get a win before the end of the season?
Yeah.
Alex?
I sure fucking hope so. I sure hope so. Jesus
They're good
Christ.
for one. They're good for one.
I think they get one.
Yeah, I think that they'll get one against LAG. They may catch like a mid-team pack slipping on a bad day. You know, I don't know. Miami again probably super wakes up on the wrong side of the bed. Real, messes up his thumb or something. Like I feel like that's the
Taking
only
hope.
way they'll get a win. But I kind of do want to point out as well that I did say that they probably could have won 3-1 if they won the search. But I forgot how clutch Exnid was at the end of that Hossie HP on that P4 where he popped that 2-piece. He killed Real and I don't know who else. And then he got the person that was flanking.
Yeah.
Against a good team, if they're set up, you're not winning that, like, at all. Like, I highly doubt that you go and get that. But because that's how they won. That P4, they broke. Miami was almost set up for it. There was 2 there. So they could have easily lost that 3-1 as well. But like I said, nonetheless, I think we're all glad that we're seeing some improvement in their gameplay. And we're not just seeing the Vegas Falcons of old who are getting piss slammed in literally everything.
I will say, at least so far, I know it's only been 1 week, but there's no team currently that I would say I have a miserable experience watching. I think all 12 teams have at least been fascinating to watch a little bit more. So that's good. Also, that dude Exon is fucking gross.
He is.
I mean, he
Exit
is so
nasty.
good. He is so good. That guy's got a future in the league for sure.
Yeah, no, you do make a good point though. I think every team, pretty much, every team I think got better with the roster changes, right? Falcons clearly got better. LAG, maybe you could make some arguments, but I think they looked a bit better in the 1 or 2 matches they played, right? Rocker look better. Optic look better. Miami, Super looks a lot better than Lucky did. So, every team actually looks like they kind of came out of Roster Mania pretty good. And I think what we're maybe going to see is teams that didn't make changes, like maybe a Cloud9 or a Ravens or a Boston falling, and these teams passing them up. So that'll continue to be interesting and a good storyline, I think, as we sort of go through it all. But let's talk about your boys, man. Let's talk about Optic, another team that made a roster change. 2-0 weekend, Game 5, Round 11 versus Kenny and the Rocker, and then a 3-0 absolute slammage against Cloud9 New York. How did you feel to see these guys out here and have a pretty confident, comfortable weekend? I mean, obviously, Game 5, Round 11 is not as comfortable, but the big comebacks in the HPs, looking competent in every single mode, beating Cloud9 handily, who's a good team. How did it feel?
Yeah, honestly, it felt great. It felt like I definitely had a sense of relief knowing that I wasn't going to go into this weekend thinking, fuck, we're about to get our shit slammed, or are we going to win the map, or like, are we going to get 3-0? Like, I know we had the capability of winning a match this weekend with the team that we had. And I know in my pick'ems I said that we were going to slam Rocker 3-0. Clearly that did not happen, but I'm happy that we didn't slam them because again, we're all big Kenny guys over here. So I'm happy to see my guy out there front. And we'll get to that conversation a little later on as well. But I mean, they look great. That series against Cloud9 was not close at all. I mean, we were farming their shit. Stotzi, first map, he was just hill kitting. He just said, I don't give a fuck. Y'all can fry. I'll be in the hill. Because I think he had, 19 kills. Everyone else had like 30 plus or something. So that series against Cloud9, loved it. Our S&D looked really good. Our control looked really good. We were playing as a unit. We were playing as a team. Hook and Shotzi were playing well off each other. Dashy was doing dashy things, just beaming everybody. And Skies was filling the right gaps. And I mean, that's what I love to see from this team. That Rocker series, unfortunately, I didn't watch because I was at work. But nonetheless, from what it seems like, I got to give some kudos to Rocker because they looked really good in HP. They beat Toronto in HP. So, right? They played Toronto this weekend or last weekend?
No, they played Boston, right? They played Breach.
Yeah, Boston.
They played Boston, who beat
Toronto,
who beat FaZe. So
this weekend was weird, bro. This weekend was weird.
Rockers better than FaZe.
I'm telling you. No, but I mean, they look like they have a really solid HP game. I mean, they've always done with Astrio and Geo, and we know what they can do. Candy was frying as well. So, I'm not mad. I'm not mad that it went game 5. I would like I love to see what the boys are capable of. Um, but that game 4 or no, the game 1 where we came back from however much we were down. Love the
Yeah.
composure out of the guys.
You were down
Love that out
70.
of them.
You were down
On
70.
Skyline.
You're down 70 map 1 Skyline, and then you were down 60 map 4 Protocol, and
Yeah.
came back from
So
both of those to win.
again, things we can work on. Obviously, I feel like we're still breaking a lot of hills. I know that Skyline we absolutely held that last. What was it? P4. So love that, the guys. So I'm happy right now. Obviously,
Mhm.
there's things we can improve on. There's things that we can work on better in our HPs, our control, our S&D. But I love that as of right now. I love where our team is at.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they look good, man. They do. They look good. I think everybody and their mother was expecting that Rocker series to be about as close as it possibly could have been, and that's pretty much exactly what you got.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm gonna attempt to hold my tongue as best as I can because I don't want to get excited just for them to if they fall
He
flat or
chat. He's
actually.
bricked up at the underneath the cam right there. You can't see, but he's bricked.
I'm very excited to see my team competing again. That is, I would be a fool to not be very excited to see them competing. Very rarely do you see a move like the Optic move and the Rocker move work out for both sides. But
Mm-hmm.
it's very early, but it feels that that move or those moves are going to work out for both of those teams. I think Kenny is exactly what that Rocker trio needs. And I think the Optic camp in the entirety needed a change of pace for sure. 0-18 map count is unacceptable, and now they look, 6-2 map count, 2-0 in series counts, leading number 1 seed currently right now after week 1. Night and day difference from what we saw last split. So Skies looks like he's unbelievably comfortable again. We're starting to see some of the Skies that we saw like a bit last year, a bit NW2. So sometimes a change of pace is just what players need, man. Skies looks good. Kenny looks good. Hook is back to being Hook again. And most importantly, Shotzi is comfortable on the map. I cannot state enough times that Shotzi's the biggest X factor in the league. If Shotzi is comfortable in the position that he's in, he's the most important player in the lobby. Doesn't matter who he's playing. He will always be the most important player in the lobby if he is comfortable on the map.
Dude, I gotta say, man, you guys, I actually can't believe how lucky you are that Hook has just been sitting here all season and no one picked
I
him
know.
up. Imagine
I
if
know.
someone would have picked up Hook like back during Major 1 and then like might have had an disappointing Major 1 on land, but then kept him around, didn't make any roster changes, and had him this whole time. Imagine if someone did that, had Hook this whole time, chat, how good they could look. But hey, listen, he's still there. He was waiting, and you guys got him. You know what I'm saying? It was a good roster move. It was a good roster move. I can't believe you guys didn't think about it earlier.
I'm so surprised we dropped him, to be honest.
I genuinely, bro, who comes back onto this team? And I know people are gonna say, "Oh, it's online," blah blah blah. Bro, they look night and day difference, as both of you said, so much better and so much more comfortable on the map. It's actually insane. It's actually insane.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. No,
we
go
know he
ahead.
had. No, I'll just say because LP said that Hook had
Yeah.
offers. We know he did. That
100%.
brother. I mean, I don't
Mhm.
doubt it that he had offers. Why he didn't take him? I mean, that's only up for Hook to know. And maybe Yan if he told him, but I'm glad he did it as an Optic fan. Truthfully, I don't think we should have dropped him in the first place. Because I said it a couple of episodes back as well when we were in this shit show that we were in. That looking like hindsight now, that move was absolutely dog shit. Like I don't like it was probably one of the worst moves that Optic could have made. But again, everyone else, I don't know why they made that choice.
My glorious King AG, man. Fuck.
Yeah, love that guy, but
He's getting back. It's all good.
he is.
He's
It's a
getting it back.
win-win, bro. It's a win-win. Optics playing better, Rocker's playing better, and AG's getting paid. So it's a win-win. You know,
And Exton gets a subdue, you know what I'm saying?
exactly. Exton gets even more spotlight on him because he gets a world champions around him. But on the flip side of Optic, right, one of the opponents they play that we touched on already, Minnesota Rocker. Minnesota Rocker went to Game 5, Round 11 twice this weekend. They won one and they lost one. Obviously losing to Optic, as we talked about, and winning against the Boston Breach. That boy Kenny is back, man. I mean, okay, listen. Obviously, that's just an overreaction for the sake of it, but 1.26, his highest KD of the year, right? I think previously his highest was like a 1.04. I think I saw Easy Mac tweet. Plus 20, second highest damage in the lobby, only like 150 behind Geo. Dude, Kenny looks comfortable. The team looks good. And this is like what I think we thought Rocker could be like. Like when Paul X was playing well for a couple series he had where he was playing pretty good, this was the Rocker we were seeing where like it looked like they could kind of compete with anybody. And now with Kenny, who's hopefully going to be better and hopefully consistently more better than Paul X, Rocker looks like a fun dark horse that's going to continue for the rest of the season. And I was geeking watching Kenny finally smile on the broadcast for once, bro. It's been too long since we saw Kenny smiling and laughing in the cams. So I mean, I'm happy for him.
There was that I don't know who posted it. There was that one picture on Twitter where Nero, Estrio, and Gio were all looking at Kenny.
That shit was so good, bro.
That shit had aura, but I'm telling you, that's what this team needed. They needed an IGL, and I mean, their hardpoint looks really good right now. Like really, really, really good right now. Obviously, their search, they looked good at it. Stage 1, stage 2, they were a little lackluster in it. I know that was kind of Paul's mode, and they kind of expected him to do a lot. But nonetheless, I mean, they're icing up. They took Optic all the way to a Game 5, Round 11. If Estrio doesn't kill Kenny with his car, does that go? Does that round go a different way? Who knows? You know. So got to give it to Rocker, man. Again, I think we've all said this. They're one of our favorite teams. We're all big fans of Estrio. We're all big fans of Geo. We're all big fans of Kenny, obviously. And Nero's, you know, when he pops off, we know what he can do. Last stage, kind of had a lackluster stage. We didn't know what Nero we were gonna get. But when Nero turns it on, I mean, this team is dangerous. This team is very dangerous. So I'm happy that the team is performing that the way they are. I'm happy Kenny's performing that the way that he is. You know, maybe this move for him and the move for Optic, you can definitely see it's benefiting both teams. Optic is 2-0. They look a lot better. Minnesota's 1-1, but they look a lot better, and they took Optic to Game 5. So I'm happy for them. And I'm happy for Kenny, most of all. That's my guy.
I remember us talking about it at the end of Major 1, like, why are Minnesota not switching out Paul? What are these guys doing? They're giving him a second chance, but why? Like, he hasn't really even shown that he has a potential to stay in the league. They look like fucking geniuses now, dude. I mean, Kenny is like the perfect missing piece for them. He is genuinely the perfect missing piece for them. You got 3 young shooters on this Rocker team. You need a vet presence that can go in there and command the troops. And dude, that picture that you sent in that group chat.
I gotta find it. Hold on. I'm gonna find it.
That picture is so cool, bro. That picture is so cool. You got 3 young shooters. 3 young shooters that are just listening to their new IGL. They trust what he's saying. It's such a dope picture. Look at this. All simultaneously looking at Ken when he's speaking, bro. That picture is cold. This is exactly what Ken needed. This is exactly what the Rocker needed. I'm happy for both of these guys because I like all the guys on this team. This is a very enjoyable team now. I hope that they continue to get better and better and better as time goes on. And I think they will. I really do. I think they will. But Rocker looked like fucking geniuses for sticking it out for another split because they knew. They knew that Ken was getting dropped off Optic. They're like, fucking, we'll just wait for Ken. No, that picture's crazy. That picture's one of the coolest pictures ever. That's exactly what both of them needed. Kenny needed that. He wanted to be an IGL, and those 3 guys needed a veteran IGL. And there's arguably nobody better in the league than Kenny at that position right now. So, I mean, I'm happy for Rocker. I'm happy for Ken, and I'm happy for Optic. It worked out for everybody. Really, it did.
Yeah, and I saw a tweet earlier. I guess JP was on stream for a while, obviously this morning, going over VOD and talking about things. And he said he felt bad because they weren't able to like play. I forget what the exact clip was. Like they weren't able to play like the type of COD or the structured COD that Kenny wanted, and like he feels bad that like he kind of like they feel like they maybe let Ken down in that aspect. And I think it just shows you like when Kenny can be the guy like setting the structure and how the team's supposed to play, and everyone's listening to him and behind it, he plays better because he doesn't feel like, I guess he has to make up in different areas because he knows his teammates aren't like following the same game plan or following the same structure. And with this team, they're looking at him to call the shots, as you can see.
Yeah.
And he's playing much better individually. And obviously the change of environment and the vibes are going to be better and different and things like that. But I think Kenny, especially at this point in his career, being a veteran leader, wants guys that are going to listen to him. And I think that's exactly what he got last year, joining an OPTIC team that had not won a championship in a very long time, right? He joins this team. They listen to him. They set structure. MW3 is definitely a game that could use a bit more structure too. But I think this is where Kenny thrives. So I'm really excited for him, man. I'm really excited for him.
Definitely.
Yeah, and again, not every team is going to have, the play style that you may want. I will say the play style in BO6 compared to MW3 is way different.
Yeah,
BO6 is so fast paced. You can't play the same way that you played in MW3. And I think that was Optic's issue at the beginning, was they were trying to play too close to the way they played it MW3. I think Kenny said that, or I forgot who said it. And it just doesn't work for this game, unfortunately. And I know, Preston, you were saying that there was a lot of people talking shit about Shotzi, and his play style in that post. But like it's just always negativity. Like it's just, if a system doesn't work, that's fine. It's not the end of the day. That's why we have multiple teams. That's why we have multiple players in the league who can come in and kind of make that system work. It's not end all be all just because one player, or a team doesn't fit a certain play style for one player. So it's just kind of ridiculous to me that people are talking like that. But again, I'm glad. I think we're all glad. I'm pretty sure everyone who's a fan of Kenny are glad that he's on the team right now, where he can do that. He can be that, how kind of Jake said, he can be that IGL, and just kind of lead his troops the way he wants them to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure Rocker kind of giving him the keys right now. Like, hey, you're going to make the calls. Like, we're going to trust everything you say. I mean, the guy's a 2-time champ for a reason. So, like, it just is what it is. Again, sometimes teams just don't work. And unfortunately, would have loved to stick it out with Ken. He got us that second ring. He's in OPTIC history forever. But things happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, shout out to Tim, OP Mario in the chat. He DM'd me the clip I was talking about. Yeah, JP said my biggest regret is that we couldn't play fundamentally the right way to kind of cater to him, talking about Kenny. So it's a win-win, man. It's not often, like obviously this wasn't like a trade. It wasn't like OPTIC got Paul X and Rocker got Kenny, but it's not often you see a guy get dropped, picked up, and immediately the team that dropped them is better, and the team that picked up a guy who, I mean, when someone gets dropped, they don't typically get picked right back up, right? But we did see that a bunch with Priesta and Pred and Kenny this past Rostermania cycle. But I'm happy for him, man. I'm happy to continue to see Rocker hopefully look good and see what they can sort of make at Major 3, because that's going to be a fun storyline for sure. What Kenny can get these guys doing on LAN. Let's talk about Atlanta FaZe versus Toronto Ultra. This came as a shock, I guess, right? For a lot of people, Toronto Ultra taking this in a game 5. There are people that picked it, like I think Preston, you picked this in your pick'ems, right? You had Ultra over FaZe. You took the upset. Cellium had a great series. I mean, if you look at the stats, it's actually kind of, it doesn't even make any sense. Ultra won both hardpoints, but they got outslayed.
They did.
At least by some.
Yeah, there's a very
Map one
to that.
I mean, I think they were just trying to just run at him. And
usually when you see a scoreboard like this, it's like a Neslo, where it's like you're kind of getting outslayed, but you're still winning.
There's something going on with FaZe's hardpoint. There is something going on with FaZe's hardpoint. They were 8 seconds away from being 0-4 in hardpoint this weekend. They beat Carolina 250 to 242 on the protocol to win the series. a lot of
Yes.
people have been saying that they are testing their hardpoints. I believe they've played 4 different hardpoint maps and are 1 in 3. We talked about this on the watch party on Sunday. At one point, is it no longer testing your map pool in hardpoint and just that you're struggling and you're trying to find your footing again? So the reason that you're looking at that is they are not playing fundamental hardpoint right now. And by no means do I think that's going to stick. I mean, these guys will probably fix it by their next match. We know how these guys are, but I think that's why those stats look a little skewed right now.
FaZe also slammed them in control. Like, they outslayed them 111 to 87, which is why it looked so crazy. Because actually, in the hard points, Toronto did outslay them by 9 in map 1 and then by 5 in map 4. So it was just the control was a big swinger, I think, in the kills department.
But you're right; those stats usually show like Neslo, 2 SNDs and a 1 respawn typically control. But
Yeah, I don't know, because again, obviously, well, I'll kind of bring it up right now. Boston, the game versus Boston, Toronto ended up forfeiting because of whatever internet issues they were having.
We could talk on that after this series.
Yeah, that's another discussion on its own. But I don't know. Like, I mean, people were saying that Toronto, like even in scrims, they were slamming FaZe and LA Thieves. Saying it was the Bell Fiber, whatever the case may be. I don't know, man. I don't know. I genuinely don't know what. I mean, we know they're a very good, fundamentally sound HP team, and they showed it here. Is it a FaZe issue? Is it just showing how good Ultra are at HP? I mean, I guess you could pick either one at this point. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know what to say about this series. This series was a little wonky for me because me and Jake both had FaZe winning this. And clearly, I don't know if there's just a skill difference. Was it the exit lag that Drowsy says it is?
Not the exit lag.
Whatever it may be. But yeah, it's just a weird series, dude. Just a weird series.
I'm convinced that FaZe just no longer try unless it's LAN. They don't give a fuck about this shit. They know they could go 3-2, 2-3 straight up to LAN and still win the event. So I feel like they just might be dopeless right now. They're like, fuck, we won back-to-back events. We're playing this shit online. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we know what FaZe can do on LAN. It does not matter if they lose to Toronto Ultra online. It's really not the end of the world for them. I really think, I mean, we know Vault and Hacienda are 2 HP maps they haven't really liked or played a whole ton. And they ended up playing Skyline in their series versus Ravens that they got slammed on map 1, which is one they had a good record on, but they tend to ban a lot. So they played a bunch of HPs that like maybe they're not good at or for some reason don't play as much in their series. I really think FaZe looks at these like as scrims. Like, I really feel like they say, okay, we're going to play a Vault HP because we're not good at it. And they go into it like with a specific game plan of like, this is what we're going to work on, as if they're in a scrim and not like solely focused on like getting the win almost. Like, because I don't think to them it matters. Like, as long as they make winners bracket, that's all that's going to matter, right? Like, and FaZe is not going to go 2-3, 1-4 in an online split more than likely at this stage in the year, right? Stage 1 was a little different, but that was because of the rough patch they had right in the beginning of the season. I think they just look at it as strictly how can we improve at what we're not as good at or what we're not the strongest at. And then when it comes time to LAN, if they have to play a Vault or a Hacienda, let's say, then now that at least they have the reps on it, especially against a good team like Toronto Ultra, they're not, you know what I mean? They're not worried about it anymore because they just got so much good practice in and actual game reps. So I'm not worried about FaZe at all. But it definitely, especially, the worst thing about this series was the delays. Right? Because it was just like delay after delay after delay. It was like an hour of delays, I feel like, in total throughout this series. And then for it to kind of go the way it did, it just felt weird. Because like Ultra won map 1 and then there was a delay. And we were like, oh, here goes FaZe, man. Here we go. They're pulling the plug. Then Ultra goes up like 2-0, 3-0 in the SND map 2. And then there's a delay again. And we're like, wait, like Jodeci's pops like a fucking 3-piece. And we're like, oh my God. And then there's a delay. And it's like, dude. And then FaZe wins that map, and it's like, here we go. And then FaZe wins map 3, and it's like, yup, this is what happens. But then Ultra ends up, closing out the series, and it's just kind of like so many delays, and then like here we are, and I don't know. I think it just also goes to show you that Ultra's a good team, right? I think it shows you, like, if you play Ultra you let them pick the maps that they want to play, you're gonna have a tough series ahead of you. So phase test maps, Ultra look good. Not really anything too crazy. But what was crazy was Toronto Ultra versus Boston Breach, because we saw our second ever forfeit in the CDL. Second ever forfeit to Cammy as well. This guy's racking them up, man. He's collecting the forfeit infinity stones over here. Boston Breach absolutely slam map 1, win map 2, delays, server issues, the whole 9 yards throughout the series. And Toronto Ultra says, nah, fuck this shit. We're not playing anymore. We're protesting. And they forfeit the rest of the series. What are your guys' takes on the whole exit lag? What Joe Deceives and Beans and Ultra were saying on Twitter afterwards about how they complain about the fucking league not managing things properly with lag and servers. And what do you guys think about all this stuff and them deciding to forfeit rather than try to play through the lag or hope the league can figure out something else in the meantime?
I mean, Jesus Christ, that shit. I remember me and Jake were just there bullshitting the entire time. We were playing CDL Wordle.
We were doing it all.
We were literally playing like the regular Wordle. We were just trying to pass the time, and then here comes Baby and says, Toronto will not be playing the last map. And I said, what the fuck just happened? But I gotta give props to Toronto. Like, I think I love what they did. Do I think the league is gonna do anything about it? No. I think at this point the league is just kind of fucked in its own right. But I love that players are starting to stand up. I think JP said it, that they believe the servers that they scrim on are different than the servers that they play on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's possibly causing some of the issues because during servers they don't lag. Now, is Toronto actually using exit lag, whatever the fuck that is? I don't even know what it is, to be honest. But it seems like I need to use it when I'm playing with Preston and Jake, because Jesus Christ,
it's literally just a service that it's like an application on your computer that will help you route better to the server so you don't lag as much. That's all it is. And they're allowed to use it, according to Joe Deceives. The league said they're allowed to use it. It's not, people were thinking they were using some sort of sneaky like VPN shit to try to get it up. No, it's literally just something that helps you not lag as much, which the league already can do by like artificially inflating pings to try and match things. It just, some other teams can use this to bring their ping down to match a team. So it's allowed. It's allowed.
Okay. Well, it sounds like I need to get on that when I play with y'all. Nonetheless, though, yeah, I mean, I love that for Toronto. They're sticking up to the league and just saying like we're not just gonna let you sit here and try to bitch us around because you don't want to find another server or you don't want to find another solution, whatever the case may be. But the last tweet that Joe tweeted, had my own coach recording my POV from behind me, and they still don't believe us. Like, that's just fucking crazy. Like, what's the point of showing you proof if you're not even going to do anything?
Yeah.
At this point, why am I going to play? And I know Lionman even said it, that he's really good friends with Easy Mag, but I also didn't agree with Easy Mag's point of view, even from like a fan's perspective. Why am I going to sit here and try to watch a series knowing that the entire Toronto camp is getting fucked because of lag versus the team?
And they were getting fucked.
Yeah, it just doesn't make it fun. And obviously, like us as fans, we won't know that unless players say it, or, something comes out. And with Joe finally speaking about this, I hope something truly does get done, because it makes no sense that we're in 2025 and we're still having all these fucking issues with these servers. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I know a lot of people want to go back to LAN, and all of us would love that. But I just think the cost right now just doesn't make sense for the league. I don't know if it makes sense for the teams even. So online is unfortunately what we're going to get. It looks terrible out of the CDL for them not being able to, do something about it, or even try to fix the issue. But you just got to feel for those guys, man. Just sucks for them. because no team should be going through that, especially especially if you're going to have a league that's so city based and you have teams that are in Canada, some teams are on the West Coast, East Coast, down south. You need to have stable servers to be able to play the game at a consistent level for everyone. If you can't do that, then the league just needs to, I don't want to say cease to exist, but we just got to figure it out, man. Just figure it out, because we just want what's best for the league.
Yeah, I respect Toronto
Mhm.
for taking a stand. I fear it's for nothing though. It's not gonna make a fucking difference.
Yeah.
The CDLs are a bunch of lazy bums.
They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck. So I mean, I respect them on a personal level, but I mean, they kind of just, it's not gonna make a difference. But I think they have every right to be pissed. You're playing in a professional league. Although that match wasn't necessarily for money, it's for seeding points, leading to a lot of money at the end of the year. So, yeah, it's unacceptable. We're in year 6 of the CDL, and we still haven't figured out a way to make things fair for everybody. Yeah, I don't know. There's not much to say really. Alex and I saw this a couple years ago when OPTIC forfeited as well. The CDL just doesn't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. There's not much more to say, really.
Mhm.
I think Toronto just kind of got to play through it for now. Hopefully there's no more issues, but there's going to be. It's inevitable. So until they figure it out, maybe they can get some people on their end to maybe look it out and see if they could, come get a technician to come tweak some things. But I feel bad. I really do, because nobody should have to play through that. And people are like, oh, it's just ping. It's just this. Yeah, at the highest level, that matters, man. At the highest level, that matters. These guys are all very equally talented, and 10 to 20 ping could be all the difference, man. They got to be on a fair playing ground. They got to be on
If
a fair
I'm
playing
bitching about it in rank, just imagine how they're feeling about it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It's got to be fair for everybody. And unfortunately, that series, I mean, it's not like they're making it up either. There was a delay versus phase too. So back-to-back series they played, they had issues. Like it's clearly not they were getting shit on. They're like, okay, we're pulling the plug. No, they're having issues, and it's unfortunate that there's seems to be no solution right now that it comes to them having to forfeit. So I hope things get figured out. I really do. Nobody likes to watch a team forfeit. It doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
FaZe could forfeit, and I'd probably still be pissed. I'm like, well, that's not fun.
It's just like, dude, the CDL is just like Activision's like ugly stepchild they throw away into the basement that they don't care about. Like, it's just, they just don't care, because at the end of the day, they're not really making a lot of money, if I had to guess, off the CDL. And as we know, for any big business, let alone AAA game companies like Activision, all they care about is making money, man. Selling bundles, selling games, new copies, updates, DLC, whatever the hell you want to say. That's all they care about. So they want to do the absolute least and spend the absolute least to make the CDL work. And if these issues pop up, even though Toronto might make a big fuss and there might be a couple 100,000 CDL fans that are pissed off, bro, that couple 100,000 CDL fans is minuscule and compared to the wider player base and everything else Activision is going on, that they just don't care. Now, could they eventually do something? I think it just comes down to like the right person in a position of some sort of power at Activision, maybe finally saying something. Because I don't know anyone who works for the CDL, right? I would guess the people who actually work for the CDL itself care a lot about these things and really want the league to be great. And it's the people above them that they report to who don't really deal with the CDL on a day-to-day basis. It's just something that maybe they oversee as a part of their job at Activision. They just don't care. They just don't care. It's just not really a big deal to them. So I don't see this really getting fixed unless Toronto or any other team continues to have issues like week over week consistently. If Toronto plays this next week and there's no problems, they're not going to care, right? They're not going to care. If it happens over and over and over to the point where like broadcasts are being delayed and then CDL employees are complaining and then teams are complaining and owners are complaining, then maybe it's a little bit different. But they're not going to do shit if this doesn't continue. And I don't want it to continue, but maybe it needs to in order to get something to change, because if it goes back to normal, they don't care.
I know At was also saying on stream yesterday that they almost forfeited a match last year. when Kenny was having all those issues and Karma or JP was behind him recording him as well. But the CDL was just like, I don't give a fuck, just suck it up and just play. And I don't know if it was against Boston or if it was against Vegas. It was one of those. But Karma was in the chat like we were like 90% about to forfeit until we just decided we're just like fuck it, we'll just play through it.
And I saw on the flank, because Jodeci was on the flank that night talking about it. I think it was Parasite said a coach from a CDL team DM'd him like while they were on the show live talking about it, that they almost forfeited because of server issues earlier this season. And people in chat were saying it was probably C9 because of the server issues they had the first couple weeks, which maybe makes sense, right? But it's apparently a pretty wide issue for a lot of... I mean, if you're not a Texas-based team, or like maybe Atlanta, because like it's kind of close. Like if you're Vancouver, Toronto, you're C9 New York, who's in LA, you're Boston, maybe, like you're trying to play a team that's across the country, like you're inevitably going to have issues at some point. So we're cooked, bro. We're cooked. We need a land league. The league needs new PCs. We need to... Activision needs to give the league back to fucking Adam Apicella and MLG, but that's never gonna happen.
I genuinely cannot believe that this league costs $25 million per team. I cannot believe.
Well, it doesn't anymore, so they got their money back.
But this league is so dog piss, bro. It's actually, if you look at it, it's actually so dog piss. It really is. It's so poorly run. Everything is just so bad. And I'm saying this from outside the people, so, a little close-minded on my end, but genuinely, I don't understand how you can have a league cost that much money to start, and then this is like where we're at. Like, we're on outdated PCs. We're 4, maybe 5 events a year. Like, it's so bad, man. It's genuinely, it's almost pathetic, really. It's almost pathetic. Is what it is. I mean, it's just, it's the norm at this point, unfortunately. It's the norm, so.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it just, all we can do is continue to give our feedback, speak our minds, and hope that something inevitably changes or things get better, or as Microsoft continues their takeover of Activision, that maybe they start to do something, or I don't know, bro. Just, just keep giving our feedback and good vibes and hope for the best, man. That's all I guess we can do at this point.
3080s are outdated for a professional league, Rick. They are 100% outdated for a professional league. They are like...
The fact that I mean, listen, there's, some people say there's minuscule upgrades if you're playing on 200 frames or 300 frames based on just how much you can actually perceive with your eyes, like he's a human. But CDL PC should not be playing on like 150 frames. No, like, why are they playing on the same PCs they were playing on 4 years ago? Why is Challengers playing on PCs they were apparently playing on in like Modern Warfare 2019? Like, it's just, it's just crazy. It's actually just crazy.
Yeah, they just came out with a 5090 series. 3080s are outdated for a professional league. For a professional league, for sure.
For me, I'll take a CDL PC. You know what I'm saying? If the CDL wants to send me a PC, I'll take a little bit of an upgrade. But for pro players playing at the highest level, especially for league and a company like Activision, bump that shit up, man.
Yeah, but it's also like the type of PCs. I know Parasite was saying they use like those Alienware PCs that are absolute dog shit as like pre-builds. Like I have a 3080 right now, and I'm like, but I have to go like to get the FPS that I want. I generally have to follow what I forgot his name, Sense Quality on Twitter. Kernel, whatever.
Yeah,
how he goes into the game files and like edit stuff. Like I have to do that to get the FPS that I want. So, and I'm pretty sure pros can't do that with their PCs. So, it just doesn't make any sense. Like the league just needs to be updated.
And it won't be. No, I think I did hear people saying they're apparently getting new PCs next year. And I also saw people saying there's potential that they go back to console for Challengers next year, but that I'd be a little bit surprised by. I would be a little bit surprised by that. But if both of those things happen, which, like I said, take that with a grain of salt, that would be sick. That would be sick. Any other matches or things you guys want to touch on before we head into our tier list? Matches, teams.
Maybe just real quick, I think C9 need to make a change. That's it.
Damn. I bet
I think
C9.
C9 need to make a roster.
Well,
change.
I guess that is actually something maybe we should talk about. It came out in the last couple days that C9 trialed Capsule for Attach in before Major 3 qualifiers, after Major 2. And that went under the radar because no one really talked. It wasn't posted publicly or talked about publicly. It didn't even really come out until a couple days ago, like I said. So do we think does it have an effect like we saw with Ravens where we said, oh, they almost dropped Vivid for Kenny. Now they're going to be mentally chalked. What if that was C9 this whole time too? They're cooked. They thought Attach was getting kicked out. They trialed freaking Capsule. Capsule also being trialed. I wonder if he was playing as a flex or if Mac was playing as a flex. I don't actually know. But yeah, it was also confirmed today. Let me pull up this clip, bro. Freaking Tim, aka OP Mario, in the chat is providing me with all the sauce in my DMs right now. So major shout out to Tim.
Everyone, leave my eczema alone, all right? I have eczema on my forehead. Leave me alone.
I got
fuckers.
eczema too, brother. I feel your pain. That shit's the
And
worst.
everyone's saying I have the Ravens logo on my forehead. Leave me alone. I put
That's
lotion
insane.
on.
That's insane.
Jesus Christ. No, but I mean, it could have chalked them. Now we know why Cap isn't on Omit. Maybe that's why.
Why you didn't get in the elite?
Yeah, why he didn't get in the lead. Why he played in the Pup Cup with like a pickup team of Pro Loot and whoever else was on that team. But I mean, why they didn't change him? Number of factors. Maybe he just wasn't playing. I mean, again, maybe he just team wasn't meshing well, play style wasn't there, whatever the case may be. I don't know. Maybe C9 are chucked. Same with Ravens.
I fear this is Dylan Attach's last year.
Oh, I think you're
It is.
right.
Oh my
too.
God.
I think you're
It is.
right, but it makes me sad.
Unfortunately, they're not going to win anything, and I think they're going to progressively get worse because teams are getting better. And even if they do go for a team change next split, they probably either barely squeak in the champs or miss champs completely. I think this is the end of the road for Dylan Attach. I really do.
Yeah.
I would genuinely be shocked if he plays next year. Like, I'm almost leaning like 20% him playing to 80% him retiring.
I mean, he said in a podcast clip last season that he almost retired before the season. So if he almost retired before MW3, we go 2 more seasons that haven't really gone too well for him. He's obviously getting older. Less teams are going to want to, pick him up. Not because necessarily his age, but also just because he hasn't been as good this season. It would make sense. And it would make me sad because he's one of my all-time favorites. Been watching that guy for like 10 years, but
yeah,
man,
all-time great and, great dude. But I think sometimes you got to know when to call it quits. And I feel like that time is coming.
And he's one of those pros that luckily I think will be able to make it in content. That already has a good following whenever he goes live or streams or makes podcast videos, things like that. I think he's got that to fall back on, which makes the transition and letting it go and retiring easier. So I do think that also could help push him over that side.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Attach is a top 5 AR in the league? Top 10?
Top 10. I think top 10 still might be a little top.
In the league right now?
In the league right now? I don't know about that, brother.
Oh, Trey's talking about Slasher.
Oh.
Slasher top 10? Maybe. I'd have to think about it, but that sounds better. Attach, definitely not.
I thought you were talking about Attach.
I'm in top chat.
Yeah, you got to put live chat on, bro. That top chat shit don't work, man. That top chat shit don't work. I guess real quick, I got to do my due diligence and talk about the LA Thieves.
Why? They're dog shit.
Why? Because they Kentucky I mean, listen, bro. The onliners are here, chat. Chat, I'm making calls to the league. I'm gonna get petitions out. We need champs online this year because LAT will run pockets. They might not lose a map if we do this shit online. But not for real. I think all I saw from this series was for some reason, I mean, we haven't seen them on land, but at least online, Surge can't fuck with us. B, when this team plays to the level and the teamwork that they can, we know just how good they can be. Like, they really, really, really can be that good. If they're 3-0ing decisively, the last 2 times they've played Surge, who just got second at the major, it shows how good the LAT can be. They just got to put it together on land, you motherfuckers. Okay? Just put it together on land, man. Jesus Christ. Shout out to Dan Ghosty, though. He was riding that backpack. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta do is have another pandemic happened. And
No, seriously.
That
Chad,
was the
Chad, anyone
worst-
trying to eat a bat?
That was the worst 3-0 I think I've ever watched, Jake. I'm gonna be honest. That was the worst 3-0 I think I've ever watched.
That was, I tweeted it out. It was the epitome of the heart attack thieves, bro. They 3-0'd, and I felt like I lost at the end. I felt like a loser, and they 3-0'd.
They were up like 120 in
I gotta pull up the fucking thing, the game flow.
Dude, I'm telling you, that was like one of the worst 3-0s I've ever seen.
It was 88-3, and then it ended up being like 107-20, 130-40. It ends up being a 30-point game at one point because Hydra makes a play, everyone dies, he pinches, the spawns flip, it spirals out of control. They end up winning still by like 70 points.
Yeah, they iced up, but it got ugly real quick.
SND was back and forth the first half, and then they closed it out. And then the control, dude, what was the life count in that control? Wasn't it like 17 to like 9 or 17 to like 8, and it ended up being like 2 versus 0 by the end?
3-2, yeah, 3-2.
Oh
yeah.
my god, bro, these motherfuckers, they're gonna give me a heart attack, dude. I'm telling
they
you,
don't try unless they have to.
It does not matter what 4 players you put on the Thieves. You could put the prime Optic Dynasty in LA Thieves uniforms, and they will make it a heart attack. They will make it way closer than it should be. It's the heart attack Thieves for a reason, man. I'm telling you, it does not matter what team it is.
Yeah.
It's actually mind-blowing.
Hey, you feel better? You talked about your boys.
I do feel better. I had to do that for myself and for my fellow Thieves fans. Shout out
Your
LAT, man.
onliners.
My fucking onliners, man. Love those guys. That's my fucking guys. All right, let's do a tier list, man. Let's do a little tier list. Ranking the teams based on obviously the shit we done seen recently. You know what I'm saying? We haven't updated the tier list in a minute. We can adjust these categories. I reset the tier list on accident, and I don't remember what our categories were. I also just fucked up the overlay.
Yeah, like our cameras are covered.
So, do we want to change these categories? I just threw these in. Champ Sunday, On the Fringe, Mid, and One and Done was like the 4 categories I put.
That works for me.
I felt like kind of what we sort of had originally.
Yeah, that works for me.
I did not mean to click on that ad. Chat, you guys want to shop some furniture on nfm.com?
Chat, anybody looking for a couch?
Chat, anybody looking to buy me a couch?
Okay.
Hold on, bro.
I mean, do you want to start from the bottom or you want to start from the top?
This overlay is going to make me tweak. That's what it's going to
Start from the bottom.
Bottom? Okay.
Yeah,
start from the bottom.
Started from the bottom now. Yeah. Sorry.
Falcons, LAG.
Falcons, LAG.
Maybe Miami?
Yeah, Miami too, I would say.
All right, let's try to put it in order at least a little bit in the tiers. Who's the last team? Is it Falcons or LAG?
It's Falcons.
I think we're right.
Wait, you go LAG? I don't know. LAG were like 3 plays away from 3-0ing Ravens. They really were.
They look halfway decent. Yeah, they look so I'll go Falcons. Yeah, I'll go Falcons.
I would have said Falcons. As everybody knows, chat, we do democracy here. So whoever two say the same thing, that's what we go with. I think Falcons are still the worst. I mean, if we're looking at it as a tier list, like these motherfuckers have not won a match all season long. You know what I'm saying? So
chat's cooking us for saying Miami and oh, it's just dummy L. Yeah, Miami's one and done. Fuck him. He doesn't count. Miami one and done.
Alex, what do you think? Is Miami one and done?
I mean, they were one and done at the last major. Yes, they got top 3 at the one before that, but I mean, they haven't shown me anything else. Otherwise, the split that would make them.
So you say yes?
Yeah, I'll say yeah.
All right. I think I would have said mid, but I'm overruled. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so we got 3 down at the bottom. What do we think about the Boston Breach? I'm just going to start pulling teams, and I want to hear what you guys think. What do we think about the Boston Breach? Top 6 at the major.
Let me think. Wait, how does it matter how many teams we do? Are we doing 4 for Champ Sunday?
Do it however 4 for Champ Sunday makes sense. The rest can be whatever we want.
Okay. All right,
then
I would teeter on the fringe for Boston, maybe.
Oh, you guys think Boston are on the fringe? I think they're mid. I think they're mid.
We can go back and switch, right?
We can go back and switch. Yeah,
okay,
we can go back and switch.
All right, let's give them the benefit of the doubt for now, and then
I think C9 are mid.
Yeah, C9's definitely mid. Actually, C9 might be one and done.
I think I would put C9 mid. I think going forward they might be one and done, but I would give them mid for now.
Okay.
Although they got worked by Optic, bro. They got worked. All right, what about Atlanta FaZe?
Champ Sunday.
Champ Sunday.
All right, one and done it is.
Okay.
No, yeah, they're obviously. What about the Vancouver Surge?
Champ Sunday.
Champ Sunday.
Champ Sunday, Champ Sunday. Okay, okay. What about the Minnesota Rocker? I got the old logo, man. What an L. I'm so ass.
I'll put right now on the fringe.
Yeah, I'm good with them on the fringe. Actually, put Boston in mid and put them on the fringe.
Okay, should Boston be over C9?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
I agree.
Honestly,
I think Boston.
Boston should probably be leading the mid, if I'm being real.
That's the epitome of Boston breed, Trout. Just mid.
Yeah.
That's the mid. No, I agree. Okay, what about the Ravens? The Ravens, it seemed that Preston loves.
I'd put them fringe.
I gotta go mid. No bullshit.
Oh shit!
Oh.
I'm going fringe. Over rocker, under rocker. I guess we probably would lean under, right? Since Alex says they were mid.
I guess we can lean.
They're
under,
all mid except for Gwen. I love Gwen. Gwen is my guy, man.
I think Ravens are hard to rank because like they were good, but like we think they might be ass going forward because of the potential roster change. I think they have to be over rocker because they've just been better this season.
Yeah,
That's
they're
fair.
also a
That's
little,
fair.
their land issues have not been great. I mean, they got top 4, but
Their land issues are not great either.
Yeah. LA, I would put on the fringe.
Okay, Alex.
One and done.
I think they're mid, low key, bro. These guys can't win on land, dude. Bro, imagine having an average placing of 3rd throughout the first 2 majors. These guys are dog shit, chat. Nah, they're Champ Sunday, but are they over Surge or are they under Surge?
Under for now.
I mean, I would say over since they Surge hasn't beat them.
I mean, he's gonna pick over, so put him over. We're leaving him as a tiebreaker.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. 3-0, dude. They call this shit a rivalry. You know what I'm saying? They call this shit a rivalry. That's what I'm saying.
Optic is leading the fringe.
Optic first place in the fringe.
Yeah,
I like that. That's fine with
like that, and then Ultra.
And then Ultra, it goes in between LA and FAZE.
Alex, what do you think?
I'm cool with that.
Okay, now let's go back to this list. Let's
all right, wait. We got. I think we need to figure out: is this list projecting forwards or is this list current? Like, is this list right now? Because to me, it feels a bit of projecting forwards.
It does.
Okay.
To me, it feels like we're thinking ahead and we're not thinking more about what's happened, which is okay. We just got to preface that before, you know what I'm saying? Before people are like, what are you talking about? You know, Optic are not that good, or, you know, like C9's been better. Like, we got to know what we're talking about, what we're labeling it as.
Okay, this is a list of looking forward. That's what I'm saying.
All right, we're doing like a little light prediction going forward into the rest of the season.
Correct.
Okay, so if we're looking at this as a prediction forwards through the season, what do we think we need to change?
Can we switch Miami and C9?
Switch them or just move Miami up?
Just move Miami up.
Okay, all right, but then put Miami above C9 in that tier.
Okay.
No,
I think that's fine.
Okay.
Miami and C9 to me are both teams that are just like the epitome of mid. Like Real and Rencor are gonna have big series where they turn up and they win, or like Sid or Krem might have a big series where they turn up and they win, but they just kind of like whatever.
And then if we're doing predictions, let's switch Rocker and Ravens. I think Rocker are gonna have a better rest of the year than the Ravens are.
Alex, what do you think?
I'm down with that.
I'm riding high on this Rocker.
I love Gwen though. I love Gwen. I will tell you. Gwen is my guy. I'm okay with this list, to be honest. Right now, I'm okay with it.
I'm looking. I think I would be too.
Do you think the Champ Sunday list is good if we're looking forwards?
Maybe we should, if we're doing looking forward, maybe we should switch Toronto and LAT. I think LAT end the year probably a little bit better than
Falcons
Toronto
to Champ Sunday. I hear you, Loki.
I'd probably put LA over Toronto for doing like
this list is not that bad, Chad.
No, they're
y'all
cool.
are y'all are fucking tweaking.
They're idiots. It's really not that bad. I think this is fair. I do. I think this is fair. I think you
This is
want to
a
put
fair.
4 teams in Champ Sunday, and I mean we haven't seen enough from this Optic Texas team to put them up there, so that's the 4 I would put there. And I don't know what you would switch on the other teams, genuinely.
Okay, that I could agree with Ryan. Why is Falcons under LAG? I think no, because they're pretty dog
They're
shit.
both shit, bro. They're both shit.
Yeah.
Falcons LAG, can I put the logo? Can I combine the logos into one pile of shit? It doesn't even matter. The one and done tier is one and done. I don't, we can move it if we want, but they're both terrible.
C9 and Ravens. What do you think? What do you think? Well, you think C9's too low?
No way, no. C9 is staying on mid, chat. You're fucking faded.
Wait, Trey, you think C9's too low?
So do we think Cloud9 is the 10th team, the third worst team going forwards?
Where would you put them?
Are you asking me or asking chat?
You said that with like a vocal inflection in your voice.
No, I think that's pretty good.
Agree. Okay, well,
I think that's pretty good.
I do too.
I think you could argue anyone. I think you could argue the mid tier being fluctuated if we're strictly looking at going forwards. Like, I think you can kind of move them around however you want, but I think that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Trey saying someone. Oh yeah, C9 over Ravens is faded. Ravens aren't exactly looking great right now, but they're looking better than C9. I think. I genuinely don't think I would change anything here.
I think the only stretch that people may be like tweaking about is Rocker of On the Fringe.
We definitely got Rocker high. We have them in the 6th spot.
This is a projection. I think they're going to be good. I think they're going to get better with time.
C9 should be over Miami and Optic.
Okay. Just can we ban him for 10 minutes until
Somebody
we're done
banned
talking
him,
about this list?
Do we think Surge should be over Ultra?
Surge over Ultra?
Yes, because they have.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Probably good call. Yeah, probably. That's probably fair.
I actually think the list is fine. I think given the way we have the tiers set up and the fact that we're looking forwards, I think this is fine. I think if we were looking at what's happened this season so far, it's not right.
Optic would have to come down.
It's not even close if we were looking at what happened so far this season. But because we're looking forwards, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think I don't know what you would change here, really.
I mean, the
bottom
bottom
two about now, I think Champs stays the same. Champ Sunday stays the same. If we're talking about everything that's happened to this point, I think Ravens would have to be. They probably still have to be on the fringe. Where did Boston finish Major 1? Do you remember?
12.
Top 12. They didn't win a map on land.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, no. They went game 5, but they lost to the C9 team that like didn't win a series or something leading up to land or something. They're like ass.
I mean, Boston did just beat Toronto. You don't think that's a sign of how good they can be for the rest of the season?
Yeah, but like that's exactly what mid is. Good one day, bad the next.
No, I think we're actually spot on with Boston. I can't lie. Boston is kind of ass on land when you think about it. Yes, they beat LAT, but LAT were super ass for some reason on Thursday, and then Boston got double rounded.
Ashley, what the fuck? It's your team.
I honestly would put Optic probably in between FaZe and LA if I was going on my true prediction for the rest of the year. But
I'd put Optic number 1. Actually, I put him number 2 if the rest of the season was online. They're not beating LAT online.
We already did.
Yeah, but you had Kenny. You don't have Kenny anymore. You don't got the bailout, okay?
No, we have Nuke now.
We also had Kenny get like 12 kills in 3 games versus LAT.
You did have that.
You did have that. Kind of like balances out.
No, you did. No, I think projecting forward based on what we think could happen with the tiers we have, this isn't too bad. I think it's pretty good.
I think this is projecting up until the end of this major. If it's the end of the year, I think Optic will be better than Surge and Toronto. But I think this is just for this year. I mean, for this major chart.
W. Chat, what do we think, man? If you're watching and post in the comments, let us know what you think. given what we just said, given the tiers and the fact that we're kind of projecting forward through the rest of Major 3.
And if you're watching on Spotify or wherever else, we have FAZE, Thieves, Surge, and Ultra and Champ Sunday. We have Optic, Rocker, and Carolina on the fringe. We have Boston, Miami, Cloud9, mid, and then we have LAG and Falcons on one and done.
That's good work. That's good. That's good consideration out of you for the audio only peeps. Shout out to Spotify peeps, man, for real. We got like solid 30 people who listen over on Spotify every episode.
Yeah.
The top tier mid list. Somebody ban Gabe.
Dude.
Somebody ban Gabe.
Somebody banned Gabe. Somebody banned Dumyell.
I thought Rick in there for the fuck of it.
Rick, ban yourself. Ryan wants to. Ryan, what do you want to know about Ravens and the fringe? You think they should be worse? Like, you think they're compromised and they should be worse?
No, Ryan's a Ravens fan.
That's what I thought, right?
Yeah, he wants to put him Champ Sunday, probably.
You know, I think where we have Ravens is fair. I think Ravens are going to be worse than they were, but I still think they're one of those teams that's like, they're going to beat the teams they should, probably. I think they're going to beat the teams they should.
Mid. He wants them to be mid.
Oh, shit.
I mean, we could drop them down to the top of mid, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put him anywhere lower than top of mid.
He said, I'm not a Ravens fan. What the fuck?
Wait, I thought...
Why?
Wait, which one?
Why did OP Mario send me Kenny 1v2ing round 11 versus LA Thieves in my DMs?
What the fuck?
Somebody ban Mario. Somebody ban Mario.
That's good work, brother. Good work.
What's up, Brittany? Oh, my bad, Ryan. I thought you were a Ravens fan. My bad.
No, that's a different Ryan that's Daniel who's a Ravens fan. But I think his profile picture is the purple with a D though, not an R.
Does Ryan just make fun of me for?
We might have another. We have two Ryans in here. Ryan H's. The other one might be a Ravens fan.
I don't know. Maybe I'm losing it. My bad.
He's an Optic fan.
All right. Well, that's the tier list done and dusted. But that means we got to do pick'ems, man. We got to do pick'ems for this coming week. But first, I think we got to tell everyone about our new presenting sponsor, 1v1 Me. What do we say? What do we say? Where the fuck is this thing? Chat, let us tell you real quick about 1v1 Me, man. First off, shout out to them for becoming the first ever sponsor partner of Around the CDL. You guys can use the link in the description right now, whether you're watching in post or live, if you want to sign up and use code ATC. Basically, the way it works is it is live staking, essentially. So it's not like talking about pros, right? So you're not betting on like LA Thieves players or FaZe players or Surge to win a series, things like that. You can actually go and watch streamers play the games you can see on screen, BO6 probably more specifically for people in here. It is also available in, let me read this DM directly for you. It's also available in every state and country, just for the record. It is not limited anywhere because I don't believe it's technically betting. It is staking, as you can see by the verbiage on screen. But you watch it happen, and you can put essentially your money down onto who you think is going to win a game of SND like you see on screen here with people that are actually live streaming on Twitch. So these aren't just like absolute randoms. And they've given out over $95 million in prizes. So a lot of people have used this shit. Like a lot of people have used 1v1 Me. It's got over 14,000 reviews, I think, on the App Store. So it's definitely well used and it's something interesting to check out that we're also going to be trying out, posting some of our plays on Twitter and things like that. But it seems like a lot of fun. It's something that I played with before the stream. It's a lot of fun, man. So definitely check it out. If, I don't know, you like watching Twitch streams, you want to put a little extra steak on the thing. You know what I'm saying? A little extra steak for your dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
I get to actually make a little steak. PA doesn't get to do shit, man.
Yeah.
For those that were watching Preston stream a couple of days ago when we were 2v2ing, that's something you could possibly stake on. You know, if me and Preston want to go at it right now, 1v1, Minecraft. No, I'm playing. Knives Only on Black Ops, you could bet, or you could stake, on who you think would win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys can stake on me all the times. I'll win you bread. Don't worry. I swear to God, I'm good for it. You know what I'm saying? Throw your stakes on me. I got you. I promise.
Yeah, so shout out to 1v1 Me. People have used it. People have reviewed it. So definitely at least check it out if you want, right? You could use the link to download it. But if you don't want to deposit your money without looking at the reviews and seeing what people say about it, you could check it out on the App Store and read all those reviews because it's got a lot of good ones. So shout out to 1v1 me for real, and we're looking forward to working with them going forward to do more cool shit. But let's talk about pick'ems, man. Let's talk about pick'ems. Where the heck is my status? Bro, I always lose the scene that I'm trying to switch to. I literally always lose the scene. All right. Week 2, man. I actually didn't upload our pick'ems or update our pick'ems leaderboard, but I do think Preston gained a couple points on us this week, Alex. So
Yeah, I did. I'm just him. You know what I'm saying?
I do think he gained a couple points. But let's get it started, man. Optic Texas versus Miami Heretics. First matchup of the weekend. What do you guys got?
I got Optic 3-1. Optic 3-1. I think Miami's HP right now looks terrible.
Sorry. I'm going to go Optic 3-0. Done in 20 minutes.
Oh.
Yep. I'm also gonna go Optic 3-0. Done in 42 minutes. Maybe a little bit closer than Preston has, but I'm actually I don't do enough 3-0s, bro, and we see plenty of 3-0s, I feel like. So I'm going Optic 3-0. I think Miami's not the greatest, and Optic looks good, so I'm not gonna doubt him. Then we get LAG versus the Vancouver Surge. Do we see the new LAG with more reps another week behind them, you know, kind of competing a bit more?
No, I have Vancouver 3-0. I think this might be a little play around series for them again, like how they had last year with the Falcons. Or not last year, last week with the Falcons.
I'm gonna give LAG a map, but I'm gonna say Surge 3-1.
3-0 or 3-1 Surge. 3-0 or 3-1 Surge. What do I think? I'm gonna go 3-1. I think LAG might be able to win that SND. Maybe take the SND off of some Big O Johnny plays, things like that. Surge's SND has always been left a little more to be desired, I think, for them. So we'll go 3-1 there. And then we get to our last matchup of the day. We got the Minnesota Rocker versus the Carolina Royal Ravens. This actually could be a banger.
Yeah.
This is two teams fighting for mid-pack. Obviously, Ravens were better across the season, but a Ravens team people think are slipping, a Rocker team people think are on the rise.
I mean, I guess we'll see if our predictions are right, because we got Rocker over Carolina right now. I'm gonna go Rocker 3-2. I think I have a little bit more faith in them right now. I mean, given Carolina just always look good online, so I don't doubt if they come out and win. But I just think this Rocker team right now has a little bit more spice, I guess you could say. But shout out to my guy Gwyn. That's my guy right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna match. I'm gonna go Rocker 3-2 as well. I think they have the ice in the game 5.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna take my chance then. I'm gonna go Ravens 3-2. You guys both take Rocker. I'm gonna go Ravens. It's, you know what I'm saying? Gwyn's about to have a master class, and he's gonna put these boys down. You know what I'm saying? I also think Slasher and Teej don't want to lose to Kenny, who they almost just dropped. Vivid doesn't want to lose to Kenny, I don't think. So I'm gonna go with Ravens, just also to be a little different. All right, then we go to Saturday. We got the Miami Heretics versus Atlanta FaZe. I fear Miami doesn't win a map this weekend. Actually, I'm going to give them one, because FaZe will test map pool and Miami will steal one of them. So I'm going to go 3-1. I give Miami one map this weekend.
I'll go 3-0 FaZe. I think it's going to be quick.
Yeah, I don't think Miami win a map this week. I'm going to go 3-0 FaZe.
Piss. My bad, FaZe. All right, that was pretty decisive. Then we go to Optic versus Falcons. Optic versus Pred. Does Pred get that revenge win first time, or does Optic shut him down?
Optic shuts him down. I'm going Optic 3-0.
I also am going to go Optic 3-0. I think they have a perfect 6-0 weekend. That'd be insane if they did.
I mean, they're playing 2 of the bottom 3 teams. Or bottom 4.
They'd be 4-0 with a freaking 12-2 map count. Yeah, I mean, holy shit. I'd be turned.
That is pretty good. I'm going to go Optic 3-1. I'm going to give Falcons a map. I'll give them a map. Then we get LAG versus Boston Breach. You guys talk about this for a second. I'm going to be right back. I feel like I smell something burning, so just give me a second. I want to make sure nothing's on fire out here. But LAG
Oh,
Boston.
God, Chap. LAG Boston, Chap. I'm going to go with Boston. I'm going to go 3-1. I think that maybe it was still a map off Boston, depending on what Boston we get, depending on what Awakening we get, what Cammy we get, and what Purge we get. I think we all know what we're gonna get out of our Mexican favorito is Snoopy. So I don't think it's gonna be much to talk about this game, but I do think the maps are gonna be close. So I do think maps are gonna be close. Because old Johnny was shooting 1,000% during that series against Carolina. He was shooting. So I have Boston 3-1.
Did
My
you
desk
go
is
already?
not 3 inches off the ground, Mario. It is not. No, I'm gonna let you go first.
I'm gonna go Boston Breach. I'll go 3-2. I think this one could be interesting, but I'm gonna give it to Boston. They've just obviously shown more throughout the season for me to believe in them here.
I'm gonna take my chance because I need some pick'ems. I'm gonna go LAG in a game 5. They get a series win under their belt. I think this could be like a dirty Neslo. I give it game 5.
Okay, I tip it, man. You never know what could happen. You don't know what you're gonna get from Boston, which is the thing. They could either come out and look godlike, or 3 of them go triple negative, and Snoopy's left out to dry.
Yeah, I know it's a bad chance to take, but I'm down like 13 in pick'ems. I gotta go for
Chad,
some,
he's down double digits in pick'ems.
I gotta go for some crazy shit.
Yeah. Okay, then we get LA Thieves versus Cloud9 New York. I'm going LAT 3-0.
Same.
I'm gonna go C9 3-0.
He's so funny, Chad. He's so funny.
I'm gonna go LAT 3-0.
Yeah,
This might be a quick match day. No bullshit.
This one could be a quick match day. If Boston really works LAG, I feel like that could be our closest series. This could be quick.
Everything else is, it's gonna be quick.
Of course, the 4-day is the one that'll probably end up. The 4-day will be quicker than one of the 3 days, or the 3 match days, for sure.
Probably, to be honest.
Barring adult. No, Toronto doesn't play. We're chilling. Yeah. Right.
Toronto play LAT, though, on Sunday, which we're going to talk about in a second. But first, Cloud9 New York versus the Minnesota Rocker.
I'm going to go Rocker 3-2.
Oh, shit. You really are a Rocker believer.
I'm going to go Rocker game 5, too, man. These guys are resilient. Every single series they find themselves in feels like it goes game 5, and I got them going game 5 again here. I'm taking them 3-2.
Okay, I tip it. Also, Viper with the 2. He said LAT wins everything. That's the show. Good night, Viper. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you. And I agree, man. I agree. I'm gonna go Rocker 2.
Okay, I was gonna say don't do it.
I was gonna say as well. Dude, the thing for me with Cloud9 is like, I think they could for sure win this, but they looked abysmal versus OPTIC this past weekend. Right, and they might come out and look nice this weekend and compete really well or win a series, but I'm going to go Rocker. I'm going to go Rocker in game 5, and I got Cloud9 going 0-2, unfortunately, on the weekend. Then we get Ravens versus Surge, and I'm going Surge 3-1. I just think the Surge get it done with the Ravens. Maybe this would have been closer a month ago, but I still want to see more from Ravens before I decide whether or not I think they're actually falling off or if they're going to be fine.
Yeah, I'll match that 3-1 Surge.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna match it as well too. I think Ravens probably win the S&D, but I favor Surge in literally both respawn modes. So I think this is a respawn 3-1 here for the Surge.
All right, then we get to our last match of the weekend, man. It's LA Thieves versus the Toronto Ultra. What do we think? This is a rematch of what we saw at the Major. Ultra 3-0 the Thieves because they're shit. What do we think?
It's online, so I gotta take Thieves 3-1.
This is going to be a 5-hour 3-2 in favor of LAT.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. See, if I was smart, I would go with Toronto here because then it's a win-win, and I'm hedging, against you guys. But I'm not. I am. But if anything, I'm too smart because, as Alex said, this is LA Thieves online. So this is about to be a 7-hour LA Thieves 3-1. Toronto Ultra call server cheese, and we have 17 resets. We go 3 hours of playing CDL Wordle, and LAT close it out 3-1.
And Scrap 5 to Toronto beats the shit out of it.
This is LAT get their revenge, and Scrap talk shit to Beans in the in-game chat after the match ends. But I actually could see Toronto winning this. And to be honest, I kind of hope they do because I don't want these to go 5-0, bro. I don't want them to go 5-0. I kind of hope Toronto win this and then they go
They're not.
5-0.
They're not going to go 5-0.
So they can't go 5-0. They lost to Boston.
What?
Wait, who?
Ultra. I said I'm hoping they win and then they go 5-0, but they already lost to Boston, so they can't.
Oh, I thought you were saying like T. I'm like, wait, what?
I hope we lose to Boston too. We don't play them.
No, these aren't gonna go 5-0 because they play on 420 and Scrap is gonna be baked out of his fucking mind.
Yeah, but he might
Optic play
play
FAZE on 420. That's so trolly. It's actually so trolly.
That is fun.
And Lab plays Ravens. Oh yeah, Scrap's clown the fuck out of teams.
But those are the pick'ems. Also, Viper with another $2 super chat. He said, Ultra forfeits again, LAT win. If the servers continue to be shit, I wouldn't necessarily be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Viper, thank you again, brother. But those are the pick'ems, man. Those are the pick'ems. It feels like it might not be the best weekend of matches, potentially. Some of these matches look kind of mid. There's a lot of, like, top teams versus bottom teams type matches, I feel like. But
we had a pretty good weekend of matches this weekend. So this weekend's a little mid. I'm okay with it.
So it kind of is what it is. It's just how it goes. I mean, listen, on the bright side, we only have 3 weeks of qualifiers until the major, to now only 2, because we just had 1. So we're gonna be halfway through the qualifiers on Saturday this week. So we're moving and grooving, man. 8 weeks straight of COD. We're 1 week down, so 7 left to go. And hopefully these teams continue to get better because like we talked about earlier with the roster mania changes, every team looks a little bit more competitive. Some teams fell off and some teams got better, it feels like, but it feels like the gap's closing, at least from the bottom teams. They're getting a little closer. So I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping that this qualifier continues to show out absolute cinema and we get to Major 3 and LAT come out, get top 6. You know what I'm saying? We'll be lit because we can't play while on land. But
dude, that Scrap video last night was comedy. I was pissing myself when I woke up and saw it this morning. Where he's like, dude, I swear to God, if Optic don't make hits, this league is so fucked. I was in tears.
He's funny, bro.
I was in tears.
He's fucking funny,
he knows ball, though. He knows ball.
Player tier list? You want to make a player tier list real quick?
Real quick? Bro, there's 48 players.
Yeah, but like we'll just throw real together and then we can just, instead of like chat, be honest, would you rather us sit and chat with you guys for 20 minutes asking questions or 20 minutes to make a player tier list? What would you rather do? Thank you, Enjoy.
Is there even a tier list available?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Or are we just going to make it?
Spoiler alert, I filmed a player tier list video this morning for my channel, so I have I have a template already made with all the players in the league right now that we can use. All right. So, hey, chat, if you want to see my player tier list with a bit more explanations, that's coming out later. But we could do this one. I just reset it, so no one's going to see what I did.
All right, let's do it.
Random said don't spoil it.
Well, then I'll let you guys take the lead, and I'll just let you know if I agree or not.
All right, let's start with the absolute
wait, we're doing
dog
chat. Let me preface this, especially for the people that maybe listen on Spotify or listening in post. I swear to God, if someone screenshots this and posts it out of context, you better add this in here. This is a speed tier list. No deliberation, nothing crazy. I name the player, you guys tell me what tier it is, and majority wins, and that's what we're doing. Are you ready?
Yep, let's go.
Does that sound like a plan?
I'm honestly going for no hesitation off the dome, whatever.
Let me just make sure this is centered well. All right, it's going to be whatever, a BZ.
S. Ooh.
All right, I'm going A. Abuza.
Okay.
A.
B.
I'm going B. Cammy. Also, the
C.
tiers,
C.
You guys can see the tiers on the screen. See? Okay. Awakening.
C.
D.
D, yeah. Purge.
D.
B.
I'm going C for Purge. You said C, right,
Okay.
Alex?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Attach.
D.
D.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Cremp.
B.
B.
Okay.
A little underrated.
Mac.
C.
D.
I'm going C. Civ.
Okay.
B. Yeah, B.
Okay. Okay. Low B. Maybe high C.
Well, I'm just putting them in the tier list. I'm not putting them in any order.
Okay. B. Then B.
Slasher.
B.
B.
Okay. Vivid.
D.
D.
Did you say D, Preston?
I said C.
C? I got C as well. Stellium.
S.
Okay, Kleenex.
A.
Okay, Dashi.
A.
A.
Draza.
A.
A. Yeah.
Tyler Fellow.
He hasn't played as much.
Leads
You
You
got
gotta pick. He's in the league right now. You gotta go.
S
C.
because omit. Ooh.
Yeah, we'll put him in the
C.
C tier. Dan Ghosty.
B.
A.
I'm putting him in the A too. You ain't fucking.
Of course.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
just
What
fucking
the fuck?
Gwinternet.
A.
S.
Oh.
I'm putting him in A. Hook.
Win is what I got.
Hook. S. I'm not even trolling.
I'll go A.
I'm going
Okay.
A.
Fuck.
Insight.
B.
B.
Okay. Kismet.
C. He's the best player on that team, but
Yeah, I'll be because of that. I'll go B.
I'm going B as well. Lunars.
C.
D. Unfortunately, we haven't seen enough from him.
Priesta.
D.
F.
Okay. I'll make a new list for Priesta. Neptune.
S.
S.
Okay. Dylan Envoy.
A.
B. Or the A.
Okay. Hydra.
S.
S.
Scrap.
S.
S.
Exnid.
S.
A.
You got him an A?
A.
I would put him in A. Fuck
You have
yeah.
an A too,
I'll put him
Alex?
in B. I'll have him B.
I'm going B, yeah. Metals.
D.
B.
Whoa.
Wait, did you say B?
B. Yeah.
For metals?
Split that shit. Go C.
Okay, all right. No, that's fine. That's fine.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Honestly, if we even it out, that's C anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Rencor.
A. Low key.
I'll put him in B, but A. He could be A. I like Rancor.
I'm going to go B. I'd probably go top of B, but we'll put him in B.
Yeah, me too, but-
Estriel.
A.
A.
Shout out Estriel. Geo.
A.
How about B?
Fuck it. I'll put him in A. Fuck it. Nero.
B.
B.
Oh, Johnny.
C. Haven't seen
I'm gonna put him in B, but I think Johnny's good as fuck.
I'm going to put him in C for now, too, just because we haven't seen a lot. Real.
You could go S, but I'm going to go A.
I'll go
A.
Yeah.
Okay. Arcides. Haven't
C.
seen a lot from him
Haven't
either.
seen that.
Yeah.
Shotzi.
S.
S.
Simp.
S.
S.
Snoopy.
Top of A. Top of
Top
A.
A. Very top A. Very top A.
All right. I'm just putting him in the list. I'm not going to put anyone top. I don't want to make anyone angry. Snoopy. Or not Snoopy. What the fuck? Super.
S. I mean, he's looked pretty solid, so I'll go B. Wait, after that, so I'm sorry. C.
Oh, I was gonna say that's
C.
yeah.
Sorry.
I'll go B. I think Super's good.
I'll put him in C just because we haven't seen a lot of him either. Kenny.
S.
Are we going off?
I mean, sorry, fuck, C.
This guy doesn't know his fucking letters.
I'm tweaking, yo.
What do you think?
I'll go C. I'll go C too. He's had a
Okay.
rough season.
Pred.
C.
C, I guess.
That's crazy to say.
Maybe B, but C.
All right. Skies.
C.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe B. I don't know. I mean, I'll go C. First instinct was C.
Come on.
Just because of the season he's had.
Tej.
B.
B.
Beans.
A.
A.
Joe Deceives.
A.
S.
I'm putting him in the S tier. 04.
A. I think
A.
04 is so underrated.
Okay. And Nasty, last player.
B.
B. But he's a very, very consistent B.
Yeah.
Very consistent.
Okay, chat. There it is, man. There it is. Rapid fire tier list. No deliberation or trying to change each other's minds. What
Let's
do we
switch
think?
Hook with Shotzi. Let's switch Hook with Shotzi. That's mine.
Switch Hook with Shotzi? I'm down with that. I said Hook S to begin with.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay. Also, Viper with another two. He said Alec is conjoined with P-Dog. That's fucked. My bad. Viper, thank you for another two, bro. What do we think, chat? What do we think?
Low-key,
what's your...
for us speed running that, I thought that looks pretty good to me.
No, wait, hold on. Did I say metal S tier?
Yes,
Yeah,
you did.
You said metals S
I
instantly.
meant to say C. Fuck, I'm an idiot.
That's why Jake and I paused and then looked at you like.
I was like,
yeah,
what?
we were so confused. And we were like, metals?
not?
And you were like, yeah.
I was like, yeah, is C not like... Dude, I gotta go back to school. Jesus Christ. I was scrapped off. Again, chat, this is not in order.
Not in order, chat. This is not in order.
Tiers are not organized. We just
We
rapid
literally
fire.
started this at 8:12 and it's 8:20. We did this shit in
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
48 players in 8 minutes. I don't think it's too bad. I think it's fine.
This was a rapid fire, no order tier list. It's literally just organized based on.
So if I said to you right now, Priestess, Attach, and Awakening are the 3 worst players in the league, you would agree with me?
Yes.
Instantly thinking with no hesitation, I'd say yeah.
Okay. No, I think that's fair. I think they're definitely down there.
You'd probably put like Vivid and Mag down there, honestly, as well, if you really want to.
Why the fuck is Geo in A? Have we been watching the series? Geo's disgusting. Have we been watching? Christian, have you just a genuine question? Have you watched a Rocker series? Like, honestly, at all this year? Genuinely. Okay. That should answer your question why Geo's an A then.
That's recent bias? What? He was probably the second best player on the team, stage 1. Had a little bit of downstage, stage 2. How was Alec and T? Because we haven't seen him much, Viper.
Yeah, we kind of defaulted to people who we haven't seen a whole ton to see, but we can move some of them down. Like, do we think RZD's been getting doo-doo-poo-pooed on enough in the first 2 series to put him on D?
Alex is the biggest. Well, you guys think Alex should be higher or lower? Chat, first of all, we put
They think he should be lower. Everybody thinks he should be lower.
We've seen him drop a 0.57.
We kind of just defaulted because they're brand new.
Yeah, I just defaulted them to be like not on the bottom, but you know, C is basically the bottom, and there's only 3 players in the D tier.
Random, fuck you.
You're saying Geo has been as good as Estriel? If we really made a organized tier list, Estriel would be at the top of A for me, and Geo would be closer to the bottom. But they're not like Geo's still been very good, very consistently good. But this wasn't like an organized tier list. This was just like names in a tier throw.
Mm-hmm.
That bring it 0.59 automatically puts you in D. So what? Kenny should go down there too. A lot of these players should probably go down.
We've seen Alex suck for 5 years. Chat, I didn't realize RCs was like hated. What the fuck?
Nah, people don't fuck with RCs at all, I feel like.
He's a chill guy.
I don't think Alex that bad, really.
Listen,
Crap
chat,
I
got a tier list video coming out soon with my thoughts on every player, so wait for that. I can tell you one thing, this is definitely not exactly what I had, but it's not bad.
Oh, I mean, it probably took you, what, an hour and a half to make yours?
It took 40 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
It took 40 minutes, the video will probably end up being like 20-some.
This tier list is something. Chat, what's wrong with the tier list?
Well, I think Field might have just got here. Field, we speed ran this. We didn't have any deliberation. We literally just said what we thought and we took the consensus.
It took us 8 minutes. Jake rattled off a name, and Alex and I, no hezzy, put a tier list. Put a tier.
Most of this is Preston and Alex. I had a couple tiebreakers.
Oh, I guess I have it on level.
Draws an A tier is diabolical work.
What? What?
Dude, Desi, that's insane, bro. My bad, Awakening.
I feel like bro.
You think draws should be higher or lower, Field?
He thinks
went 6
draws should be S.
Oh yeah, wait, Field. What do you think? Should it be lower or higher?
Nah, he definitely think draws should be S. There's no way.
Listen, only so many players I think can be an S tier.
We already have.
If the S tier is massive, it's just not the S tier anymore because then there should be players above them, in my opinion.
Who's the fourth player in the league?
Priest or Attach, unfortunately.
TJ, that's very good.
Shout out TJ, man. TJ has been good this year. I can't lie. TJ has been good. I don't think it's all that bad. I think if there's a couple players chat thinks should be one tier higher or potentially one tier lower, out of 48 players, that's not too bad for a speed run.
Has TJ been good? He's probably outside of Gwyn. He's been their best player, I would say.
I think if you look at LAN and online, TJ's been their best player.
1,000%.
A BC runner, a front runner. Yeah. If we did an organized, took our time, a BC and draws would be top of A, I would imagine. But we just threw based on, and no one's really gonna understand that if we just like when it inevitably gets posted out of context to either Reddit or Twitter or both.
Someone's gonna someone probably already screenshotted this and posted it somewhere. And chat, please, if you're gonna post this, at least preface that this was a speed run tier list with no deliberation. What's good, Jay?
Gwyn should be high B.
Well, we didn't do high or low tiers though. That's the thing. So, but I guess if you wanted him in the B tier, that's that's fine.
I already posted without context. Great. Now everyone fucking hates us.
If you love us, if you hate us,
you're still watching.
I will say they spent 3 hours to make this list, dude. If we spent 3 hours and this is what we came up with, we could have at least put the tiers in order. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, if people look at this list, they'll at least see the tiers are like, and they're not even in alphabetical order. It was in file name order. So like C9, all their players were in the C category, even though their names don't start with C.
I did say a BZ should be an S, but I got outvoted. Both of them said A.
I stick by BZ and A.
Yeah, same. S tier is in order? No.
Sell, scrap, simp would be 3. Top 3. Whatever you want to put.
Cammy should not be in C.
Do one in order. We could do that next week, chat. It's getting already late. We've already been live for 2 hours.
We can honestly, what we could do is
take this exact list and just detail it next week if you guys want us to.
We could do like a more fleshed out list next week as like the main course of next week's episode.
Gabe and Mad Cat.
He loves Mad Cat, bro.
Dude, Ed, that's exactly what Preston said. That's exactly what Preston said. Put him in E. Viper and Ed, thank you guys for the super chats, by the way.
But in a rage bait order, all of Optic would be number 1. Would be an S, and all of FAZE would be in D.
No way.
But that wouldn't no one would fall for that.
Chat, who looks insane right now? We're going on current form too, by the way. That also needs to be a preface.
Alec is holding up the rookie line.
There's a lot of vets in the league holding up the rookies.
Y'all agree with Simp, the greatest of all time? Not yet.
Nah, Simp's not the GOAT for me yet.
Definitely has potential, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the right trajectory.
Oh, without a doubt. But I don't think he's passed some of the greats we've already had yet. Although he's passed pretty much everybody he could, other than a handful.
Okay, is Dylan Reck's spot? I do think Dylan Reck deserves a spot. A chance.
He probably will be when it's all said and done. But right now, nah.
Oh, man. W tier list, though. That's a W tier list.
We'll see. They're going to be like, oh my God, these guys are so...
I'm not posting it, bro. I'm not posting it. Maybe we'll post next week's episode, but I'm not posting that one, bro.
Yeah, we could post
that was a speed run.
Truly edited one. See, thank you, Desi. See, that's exactly right. For it being an 8-minute speed run, I think that's not that bad. You just need to know the context.
Dude, Alex, Leilani keeps shooting her shot with you all night, man. She keeps shooting her shot.
No, she wants the boiled glizzy.
Yeah, she wants that. She wants that burrito.
She wants the chorizo.
But yeah, chat, we'll do a more fleshed out tier list next week on the episode. We'll make it our main course. We'll do pick'ems and we'll do like a fleshed out tier list with exact order 1 through 48, as exact as we can get it. But I gotta edit my I gotta edit my tier list video to put out maybe Wednesday.
Yeah, when's the vlog coming out?
The vlog, you say? Oh, chat, if you guys didn't know, the Around the CDL vlog is live on YouTube on our Around the CDL channel. It actually has 250 views right now.
Wow.
It actually has 250 views. Chat, if you guys have not watched the vlog, I'm putting the link in chat right now. First of all, you should subscribe to that channel because we're going to post some more content over there, like shorts. So a lot of this content and stuff we film at events, shorts or TikTok-y things, interviews, vlog is all going to go over there. Some clips from the podcast will be edited and put over there. We're going to film some things to be specific over there. Podcast will stay here just because we're already 50 episodes deep and they're all on my channel and people know this is where where to come for it. So we're not going to change that yet. But definitely drop a sub and go watch the vlog. If you want to know what it's like to A, go to a CDL event, B, kind of get a little bit behind the scenes, like talking to some players and some people, sit in VIP front row at the event, and hang out with us. It's definitely a really cool vlog, and hopefully they're only going to get better. As more events we go to and the more practice we have filming and me editing the vlog, I think they should only get better. So I thought it was good, man. It's 25 minutes straight of just vibes, COD, and having fun.
Chat. Alex, Landon, Leilani, all three of them recorded some cool ass shit on Alex's camera. Jake did his daily updates on his iPhone. I didn't do shit, but
Preston
just vibe the fuck out.
Chat, Preston spent 4 days straight vibing and eating, bro. That's all this motherfucker did.
And I
He did not do anything else.
Fuck, chat. I did both of those good as fuck.
Oh my god. I think this guy ate 74 pounds of food in 4 days.
Those $700 spent on that DJI Osmo Pocket 3 were well worth it because we're gonna bring more content for you all. Major 4 is also gonna go up.
Alex and Jake
they were getting recognized like crazy.
Alex and Jake were getting recognized all over the place.
Nah, shit. No, never that.
That's insane, bro.
Then there's me, Hollywood 3, not getting recognized at all. Alex and Jake getting freaking autographs and whatnot. I'm like, I can't believe this shit.
Dude, this guy Preston, you'll see it in the vlog. And literally, I turn around and I'm looking at him. There's a dude that came up to Lando and was like, "Are you Caesar season?"
Yeah.
And Lando was like, "Funny, he's over there." And they took a picture, chat. Can you? This guy's getting recognized.
Yeah, go watch me absolutely demolish a chili cheese dog on some white bed sheets in the hotel,
dude, go watch Preston deep throat a fucking onion ring, bro, with cheese sauce.
He did, random. He did. That's that honestly was truth. That shit was gas. That shit was so
Ghosty did mention Jake, main stage.
He did. Yes. Yes, Fuel, I mean, listen, every event we go to, I want to film a vlog. Every event we go to, I want to film a vlog. So, Major 4, DreamHack, we'll be there. If you'll be there, let us know. We're going to vlog that shit. And Desi, yes, we're watch partying the matches this coming week. We watch party, unless we're at the event, we watch party everything. Whether it's me, or it's all 3 of us, or it's 2 of us, we watch party here on the channel.
And we're all at the same place.
Yes, we're staying in the same hotel, chat. So the Major 4 vlog is going to be even more of us absolutely gooning together.
Yes. Plenty of contact.
We're going to see a lot of shower scenes.
We gotta film like some dedicated videos that we can post on that channel that are like actual unique content for the channel, like in the hotel. I think we got to do a mukbang, bro. We didn't get to go to Wiener Schnitzel because we were actually way busier than we thought. But
dare I say, do we attempt to do an IRL podcast episode?
An IRL stream? IRL
do
stream pod?
Do I dare say we try an IRL podcast episode Sunday night after the event? You know what I'm
saying?
We
can try it. Listen, if that
probably
hotel
not
Wi-Fi
Sunday
is good.
night, because that's when after parties are.
But maybe, I mean, listen, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
But I definitely think that'd be sick.
Who's each of y'all greatest CDL player? Person. COD player.
I think Happy.
I was gonna say mental. Really mental.
I think Gutterix.
Nah, CDL is probably Simp. Alt, like COD, like general COD, I got Grim.
I got Scump.
I have this new up and coming player. He goes by the name Alex.
Alex Burner.
Yeah. Chat, honest to God, fun fact before we log out, I swear to God, if we're playing with our boy X last night, and this guy in game chat comes into our lobby and starts making fun of us because we all have omit in our clan tag, and he was mocking us, not realizing that we were actually in omit. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you guys are in omit, right?" Da, da, da. He's like, "You guys know Hyde, you guys know Alex." Started naming all these omit guys, and the three of us simultaneously like just talking to each other in Discord, we're like, yeah, we kind of do know those guys. Oh, yeah, we kind of do know those guys.
Chat, this
and
guy.
then we proceeded to fucking piss on them.
This guy talks shit to get absolutely slammed by some podcasters. Chat, the worst part was we were up like 150 points on Protocol HP. Preston lags out. Me, Alex, and X, who we were playing with as our fourth, literally 3v4'd them the last like minute of the game to win. We proceeded to slam them. They lost to some omit podcasters, bro.
Omit podcasters.
I mean, Christ.
And then he at the end of it, he had the nerve to say, "Azure official on Twitter, Azure official on Twitter," like thinking like he was something. So I looked him up and I DM'd him and I said, "GG's." Just so all I said was just GG's, and he said, what did he say? He said, "Shit, it was you that shit on my friends." Chat.
11. Leilani, he's so good. He's literally so tough. The way he shoots his gun.
I'm a 1. I'm a 1, babe. I get carried by Jake.
One pumps me in game and in real life.
I'm shit, bro. Chat, I don't do anything, man. I literally don't do anything.
No, dude. Jake was in a blender yesterday for a couple of the matches. That shit was comedy.
We will be watching Mario. We will be. Wait, is it? Is it next weekend?
What?
The Halo event?
I don't think so.
They got that shit on 18th, 19th, 20th. Oh, it is.
Oh, so it's the weekend after. It's not this weekend. It's next.
It's wow. Champ Sunday's Easter Sunday.
Oh.
Jake Hilkin. Jake is Hilkin.
Meow. But yeah, chat, we're kind of godlike, man. We play like we might have went on a 7-game losing streak one night, but we bounced back yesterday with like a 5-game win streak. So it's all good.
Dude, chat, we couldn't buy a fucking game. We were getting our shit slammed.
Yeah.
And then yesterday we like went like 25-3.
Mm-hmm. Who was the issue? It was Lando, bro. It must have been. We 4-stacked with Lando. We lost 7 games straight. We 4-stacked with X. We won like 5 straight, lost 1, and then won like another one before Preston's game crashed.
Yeah, my game was tweaking last night, dude. It was tweaking so bad.
What ranks are you? Preston picked that Karim. Jake picked that Diamond. I picked that Diamond. Lando picked that
Karim.
What?
Alex Lando picked Eerie Dexon.
Lando probably picked that Eerie.
Most of our lobbies are like Crims and Eerie's.
Dude, I fucking hate that.
I know. I'm trying to farm some golds, bro. Like fuck. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to farm some golds. I'm not trying to play against fucking Joe Schmo with FaZe in his clan tag, just fucking 360ing off top Zebra and Hasi, just world starring me.
I could genuinely probably get Karim if I tried hard enough and if I played this game hard enough.
4 golds versus 2 Crims. Jake, you want to find 3 goals in 2v4 Alex and I?
Yeah, dude, that would be lit. That would be good. No, we should do a video. How many... We got to find a rank. How many goals does it take to beat around the CDL? And we start with like a 3v3 and see if we can win. And then we do like a 3v4 and then like a 3v5 and see if we can win.
If we don't beat a 3v3...
There might be a short video. We lose it in a 3v3. It's like a 3-minute long video.
We are done, bro. We got to get at least to 5. We should be able to 3v4 goals.
You guys are nasty, bro. You guys are nasty.
First.
Yeah, maybe we should do bronzes. But the thing is, like, we actually got to find bronzes, and most of our chat probably play the game enough that they're not bronze, other than random, I guess.
Yeah, who is genuinely bronze? Like, I promise you, we will not make fun of you. I genuinely want to see who's bronze.
For content. For content. And don't give me a bullshit fake fresh account, you know what I'm saying? We'll be able to tell you, motherfuckers. If I get gunned out of my socks by a bronze, I'm ending the game, dude.
X, brother, what?
X was carrying last night.
He was, bro. Leilani, I'm slamming your shit respectfully.
Yeah, I mean, in game and out of game. You know what he's saying. You know what he's saying.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, that would be fun. That would be fun. During the off-season chat, we talked about it on the watch party on Sunday. We're gonna do an around the CDL league in the off-season chat, where you guys play in matches and we cast them and stream them, and we have like an actual league format. And we're gonna work on it. But if that sounds cool to you, definitely join the Discord. The link is in the description. We got some people that already joined that are interested, but we're gonna figure that out for the off-season to give us some content and also things for you guys to play and do while the CDL's over.
I remember we said we were gonna play zombies a lot, but that shit just does not look fun to play.
I haven't even.
Or is it just me?
I
haven't played like the new
I
map.
haven't played the new one, but it's okay. I mean, I get bored so easy. I literally get bored so easy.
You gotta like
Schedule
actually
one?
do
fuck
like
is
the
that?
Easter egg. I feel like you can't just go in there and just shoot zombies because I think that's just been over. Like you've done that how many times probably?
The fuck is Schedule 1?
That's that drug dealer game.
I'm
Where
sorry.
you're
Oh,
like
dude,
you're like a
that
drug
shit
dealer
was
and you like level up
common.
and build like a literal drug dealing empire. Dan Ghosty was playing it with Envoy on stream today for like 4 hours, bro. They had like literal warehouses with like they were making every drug you could imagine, and just like zooting up the whole town.
I'm down. Around the CDL.
I think it's up to 4 players too, so the 3 of us could definitely play.
Around the CDL Pablo Escobar simulator.
We gotta do a bunch of shit in the off season. We gotta do Chain Together. We gotta do, I guess now schedule.
I'm telling you, we need to do a stream where it's like we can't end until we beat a certain game.
We gotta try Chain Together at least once, bro.
I want to do, I want to do like the Battle Royale challenge where like we have to win a game of every, like, let's say Fortnite, Apex, COD, and maybe one more in one stream. We can't end until we win a match on all 4. I really want to do that.
75-hour stream, no bullshit.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, we take a weekend on an off season. We start on like a Friday night and we just see what the fuck we can do.
We are never ending, dude. We are never ending.
Exactly, the TST angle, except like we're more handsome. Because we get carried by Alex in that.
Win a match on every COD or some shit. I need to buy an Xbox if we're gonna do that.
You know what I'm saying?
No, we'll get carried by Lando or X.
Nah, but I think there's fun stuff we could do in the off season for sure. For sure.
Hey, chat.
But yeah, let's round it out, man. What do you guys got to say to chat before we head off?
Optics winning champs. Those guys look undeniable. LAT are onliners.
Yeah. Those are my onliners, man.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, we appreciate you guys. Shout out you guys for hanging out. Shout out Mitch. Shout out 1v1 me. We'll see you guys hopefully sometime during this week for Scrim watch parties, and then again for the watch party in general over the weekend.
Yeah, I think
that's it, man.
I think Optic, Scrim, LAG, and
Thieves
tomorrow. So I know they'll be live for that. I unfortunately will not be here. Unfortunately, is there a link for 1v1 me? Yes, of course.
It's in the description. It should be right at the top of the description. It should be the second line in the description.
Again, make sure you use code ATC when you stake any type of money on any bet. We love you all for that. But yeah, chat. Again, we love all the support. We love everyone that hates us, loves us, whatever the case may be. But as I always say, if you love us, if you hate us, you're still fucking watching, bud. So I appreciate everyone who's always showing us love, who's showing Jake love, who's showing Preston love, getting their autographs and stuff. So really warms my heart seeing my friends become famous while I just sit here and slowly fade away. But chat. Yeah, Optics winning champs. I love y'all. FAZE sucks, Steve suck, everyone else sucks. But yeah, we'll see you later, chat.
What the fuck are these guys talking about? Chat, Optics winning champs. Jesus Christ. That chat for real. Thank you guys. If you're listening on Spotify, don't forget to leave a 5-star review. If you're watching in post, drop a like, sub to the channel. Check out 1v1 me for real. Shout out to them for reaching out to work with us. And the more people that click that link in the description, sign up, and let us know what they think about the app, the more they'll work with us in the future, and even future sponsors will want to work with us. And then we could do cooler things, go to more events, higher production, do cooler shit on the show. So for real, thank you guys. We wouldn't even have these opportunities like with 1v1 me if it wasn't for the people who are watching right now. So for real, thank you guys as always. And we'll be live, or at least I'll be live all week with scrim watch parties. So turn noties on for those streams. And then this weekend for matches, man. We'll be back again next week with another episode of Around the CDL. Thank you guys again. And peace out, chat. Have a good rest of your night, man.
Watch the vlog.
Watch the vlog, chat. Watch the vlog. Add Around the CDL on YouTube. Just type it in your search bar and the channel will pop up. Peace, chat. Peace.